Hi, I'm Farhana Safa. I'm a doctor, car designer. What inspired me to pursue a career in STEM? I've been fortunate enough to be involved in two different careers that are both STEM related. The first was medicine, and it was my fascination with human anatomy that initially got me into science at school. I then went on to train as an eye surgeon, which was a really fantastic job to do. But eventually I did make the decision to leave medicine and pursue a more creative direction. I decided to go into car design because that's something I'm really passionate about. And the beauty of that role is that it's a very creative one, but it's also very technical, which suits me fine with being a surgeon. There's been a lot of advances in engineering and technology which is changing the way that we build our cars. And it's also challenging how we see a car and what we do in a car. And being a designer, you have that sort of privilege of directing change. So I think automotive mobility is a really exciting field to be involved in at the moment. What is the coolest project I have worked on and why? So having experienced two very different fields, one of the greatest parts of being a surgeon is obviously being able to operate on people. And in eye surgery we use a lot of different technologies to assist us, things from ultrasound to laser to help us transform someone's ability to see. And it's really humbling and really a big privilege to be part of that. But on a completely different tangent, one of the most gratifying things about car design is having an idea and then taking a 2D sketch or a drawing, taking it through a series of development phases and then actually seeing it being created as a physical 3D object. And when you draw and design something, a really big part of you goes into that. So to finally see it created in front of you is definitely one of the most rewarding things about this job. Okay. Who are my role models? My role models are my parents. They have a very strong work ethic, which has inspired me throughout my life and I've really learned from. And it's their encouragement and support that continues to keep me driving for success. So I really owe everything to them. Why do I love working in STEM? I think given my formal education and my experiences in my initial career, I have the mind of a scientist, but I'm also very much a creative at heart, and I think STEM fits very nicely into both those two areas. STEM isn't just relevant to science, technology, engineering and maths careers, but actually a lot of creative industries use STEM technologies such as fashion or makeup or design, using STEM technologies to really advance what they do. So for instance, creating new aesthetics or new products that they couldn't do before. I think there's such a wide variety of careers that you can go into with STEM. I personally would love to see more women engaged and involved in STEM careers, especially those that are traditionally very male dominated. What is my favourite STEM technology? I designed a car for my final master's project at the Royal College of Art, the exterior of which was made using 3D printed technologies. It was made by Aston Martin, one of my favourite brands, so I was really happy to have their support on that. 3D printing is a very useful technology that helps us to create very complex structures and surfaces that interweave. And in recent days we've seen progression onto things like liquid 3D printing, so I think it's a technology that has a lot of scope. What advice would I give to an aspiring STEM person? My first piece of advice would be to follow your dreams. If you choose to do something you're passionate about, there is a chance you will never do a day of work in your life. However, we all change and grow with our experiences and throughout our lives, and if, like me, you change your mind as to what you want to do, it's never too late, and hopefully I'm a living testament to that. My second piece of advice would be fearless. Often one of the biggest barriers to us achieving what we want is having a fear of the unknown and a fear of failure. So it's important to remember that those who lose often quit when they fail, but those who win keep failing until they succeed. And that leads to my third piece of advice: don't give up. There will be many setbacks and challenges along the way, but if you really believe you're made to do something, then just be persistent and make it happen. And good luck.